Hello everyone, and welcome back to my FLUVAL SPEC Rebirth video series. This is episode 4. Now, as you can see, the tank is coming along pretty nicely, but it has changed quite a bit from the last episode. Actually, it's changed a lot. Now, I'm going to run through in this episode a few of the things that I've changed with the tank, and a couple of the problems I've encountered. I'm now up to week 3 of setting it up, so yeah, it's coming along quite well. The plants, some plants have done a lot better than others. The water cycling is coming along quite well too. I've had my ammonia spike now, and hopefully I'm heading towards getting some livestock maybe next week or the week after. I certainly don't want to rush putting shrimp into the tank. So if I have to leave it for a little bit longer, pretty happy with that. Now, I've really enjoyed making this video series so far and setting up this little tank. It's been really awesome to get back into plants again after so many years. And I think I explained previously about I actually had a lot of planted tanks when I was younger, and sort of got out of that when I fell in love with my African cichlids. And anyone that's kept Africans know that they don't really mix that well with plants. So yeah, sort of said goodbye to plants for many years. And when I first set this tank up, of course, I had quite a few plants in there, and it was a lot of fun. But this has been a little bit different, getting the soil, of course, and really going the densely planted option, I guess you could say, and getting setting it up definitely in a way that I haven't really tried before. So this has been quite fun. Now, as I said, I do love my African cichlids. I've got a quite a large African setup, which we might just have a quick look at now. And this is my African tank at the moment. I've just only done a 25% water change only perhaps an hour ago or so, so it's still a little bit cloudy, but yeah, as you can see, this is the tank that I was talking about. If you'd like to see any more videos on that tank and a little bit of information about how I run it and the setup, I do have some other videos in this playlist about that tank. I might put a link in the description below to perhaps one of the videos from that tank, and also just a link to this playlist. Maybe you've just come along and come across this video by itself and not actually seen the other videos on my channel, which is all good. But if that's the case, yeah, I do have a few other aquarium videos, and of course the first series of when I set this video up this tank up originally, and now of course this is the second time, hence the rebirth. It's part of the title. Okay, so as you can see, I have changed it quite a bit. There's no longer large amounts of vel over on the right hand side there. I did keep some of the runners, which are in amongst my bacopa here. I don't know if you can really see that there, but there's a little bit of vel left in there. The vel wasn't really, I don't know, it just didn't really seem to suit the tank. It was going okay. I had a little bit of die-off, which is reasonably normal. But yeah, it just didn't seem to suit the flow of the tank. So I first took out the vel from the back right corner and put in some of my ambulia. I'll get to that in a moment. And I was really happy with the way that it came out. I then started toying with the idea of getting rid of the front corner clump, and decided to do that. So I kept the runners and planted a couple of those there. And yeah, I was just very happy with the result. Gave away the vel to a friend of mine who's got an established tank, and they're going to slot that valve in, which I'm sure looks great. I still haven't got to see that yet, but they were very happy to get some free plants. I then, of course, moved the Bacopa over into the front right corner. Now, possibly in the last video I had that. It was sort of growing up to about the height of the tank, right to the top. I was getting some leaves sort of dying back a little bit, and but as you can see, the tops of the plants were going great. So what I ended up deciding to do was, use the valve runners and then trim off the top parts of the stems of the Bacopa and replant them and give them another another start at life, being a little bit shorter. And the tank has been so much better for it. I think there's a lot more light coming down now. Hopefully, I've only replanted those in sort of the last, I think, 24 hours. So they've still got a little bit of a way to go to adjust to their new positions. As you can see, they're sort of in the right down the front there. And as you can see, the Embulia has gone absolutely nuts. Now I've already trimmed this back. This is probably the third week, I think. I've already trimmed this back 2 or 3 times. It's going that good. I have used some of the offcuts. Now I did have an offcut down here, but I actually took that out as this tank has I don't know if we're able to see that, but in my original series I sort of went through a little bit more of the tank design. But there's a little inlet there, which the pump sucks a lot of water through. Now that's sort of a safety mechanism in case your water drops down above the, of course, the top vent. So I sort of wanted to have this area a little bit more open just to get some better water flow into that hole. And I think that's come up quite well. Then a lot of my offcuts I've actually put on the used on the right hand side here. And as you can see, if I just move this maybe out the way a little bit, those are all my offcuts there on this right hand side, and they've really sprouted, and their growth has been pretty crazy, pretty crazy. But what that has resulted in is, I think, a much better looking tank as that plant has really come forward and sort of taking over the tree root that I have in the middle. And all that has also enabled me to move my Cameroon moss into the middle, where it's got a lot more light and flow, and I think that's come up a lot better. I also have some offcuts that I decided to put on some mesh of that. And of course, if you've seen the previous episodes, I had a small sprig of what I believe is spiky moss. Still not too sure. But as you can see, that's grown quite a bit now, and it's really starting to spread out on the mesh. So eventually I hope to have this front section here, of course, all moss for the shrimp, and if I do decide to, snails enjoying that front section. And of course, I think they're going to be at the front here quite a bit. Now, as I previously stated in the videos, I sort of designed the tank to be viewed from this angle, but I think as time has come along, I've actually made it more to be viewed from this front angle, and I find myself sitting here on the floor for a while each day or each night, and just relaxing and looking into the tank and just loving all the greenery and just seeing that little bit of flow in the tank. It's really relaxing, and I've really loved setting this tank up. Now, I can't also forget the crypt that I have in the pot, of course. That's been going really well because it's got heaps of new growth down the bottom there. I have cut off a few of the older leaves to try and get a little bit more light spread through the tank. Oh, keep hitting that on my knee there. But yeah, that seems to be going very well. I'm still dosing with my LCA Low-Tech Complete plant food. And that's been it, really. It's just been, keeping the light on for as long as I sort of can each day, which is probably around the 6, 7 or 8 hours, I guess. The The temperatures are sort of stabilized pretty well now. Now I've adjusted the heater. My pH is sort of stabilized now too, and my TDS as well. So everything seems to be coming along pretty well. Of course, time will tell if the tank was cycled, and I get some shrimp in here, some livestock, and they're happy, and they've got plenty of food in here. So that's going to be the final test, I guess. And in the next episode, I think that'll be when I do my final water test and give you a final look at the tank. Hopefully this is the final layout. I have changed it up a few times now. Hopefully this is the final layout before I end up chucking some cherry shrimp in here. So I'd love to hear any feedback below if you think the tank's looking good, any recommendations for maybe some different plants if you don't think these are to your liking. And the Ambulia at the moment is sort of what they call sleeping. As you can see there, it's sort of closed up. It's got a fair bit of light today. I've had this light on actually for quite some time, as it is the weekend now. But yeah, it looks quite different when you just switch on the light after it's been dark and it's really fanned out. Hopefully in the next video, I might do that. I might do more of a video just after I've turned the light on, and you'll see the tank does look a little bit different. But hopefully all the plants do well in the positions they're in now, and this is it. The only other option I really have is to take out all of this front right corner and put in, as I trim this back again, which no doubt I will have to soon, planting some more in the right here, which would probably create a better view from here. But yeah, I'm just not sure if it's going to be blocking out too much light. But I'm very happy with that plant, so I could definitely see that happening. We'll see how we go. But thanks for watching this video. I just thought I'd give you a bit of an update video on what's happened, and of course I have done a fairly major layout change. Thought I'd give you an update of that. Really enjoying this tank, really loving the time to do something a bit different, and loving the green of the tank. And it's just a shame I don't have any shrimp in there yet, but really looking forward to that. I actually went down to my LFS today, had a look at a few of their shrimps, and I'm really excited about adding some in. Also having a look at some of their ramshorn snails, but I think I'll start with the shrimp and see how I go, and possibly in the future maybe adding in some ramshorns, but not entirely sure about that yet. I've managed to stay snail free at this stage, which is pretty amazing with all the plants I've added in. But yeah, really looking forward to bringing you some future episodes, and I can't wait to get some shrimp in here. I think that's going to be so cool. Just little pops of color and a little bit more activity in there. While it's great to look at the moment, I think it'll be much better and a lot more fun when there's some shrimp swimming around in there. So thanks for watching, and I hope I catch you in the next episode. If you haven't seen my previous episodes, just check out the link below and you can go and check those out. Perhaps there's some other videos on my channel that you'd be interested in. I've got plenty of gaming videos and some of my other hobbies. Also keep some birds and just general videos of my life. And I love sharing videos with everyone. So thanks for checking out my channel. So I'll see you in the next episode soon. Bye for now.